Well, hiya folks, and welcome to Isle of Wight Bushcraft. This time out you join me for a lovely overnighter on this beautiful stony cove. Weather's gorgeous, so it should be a lovely one. Stay with me to enjoy the sights and the sounds of this beautiful seashore scene. Hi folks, got a lovely camp out this time. We're down at a lovely rocky bay that's remote, it's peaceful, it's quiet. You can just go down there and just enjoy the surroundings and the sounds of the seashore. So hopefully you'll come along with me. So without further ado, let's head on down there. To begin with, I parked up the 4x4 and then made the short scenic hike down toward this rocky bay. It was a beautiful day and I was looking forward to the prospect of camping in this beautiful spot. So I was hoping to be able to pitch my tarp tent facing a westerly direction, so that later that day I'd be able to watch the sun set as the light faded. And so I scouted around to find a flattish area of ground upon which I could pitch my tarp tent setup. Well, this looks like the spot that I'll be choosing, a nice flat area there. So I'll put the pack down here. And bought the outhouse tarp. This time with me, that's going to be my tarp tent. And I'm for my shelter this time on the ground dwelling, and overlooking this lovely rocky little cove just here. Beautiful spot, absolutely beautiful. Stunning actually. Yeah. Okay. Let's put our shelter up. So just take this tarp out. It's like I said in a previous video, it is heavy. It's not the lightest tarp to carry, but fortunately I've only had to walk about a third of a mile, not far. But it is heavy, but this is bomb-proof. And because it's canvas, and it's no doubt going to be very warm as well. The first time out I've tried it as a tarp tent, and camping under it. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes tonight. Yeah, so let's set this up. So I've opted to go for this little piece of ground here because it's a little bit flatter. And I've got a lovely view right down onto the little cove just below me. There are some little cliffs here, but they're only very, very low level. And 20 feet, that's all. So I haven't got to worry about that. But it gives me a lovely panoramic view out onto this beautiful cove. And the sea looks so inviting. I've got to have a swim later. Okay, let's lay this out on the ground, and then we'll put up our tarp tent. Now I have put this up in the garden, so I've had a little trial. You know, I've ironed out all the wrinkles, as it were, with this setup. You know, the usual, and it does work very well. I felt quite cosy in it. But what I like about this tarp, this outhouse tarp, is it's got lots of anchor points on it. So the side of the tent I can guy out just to give me a little bit more room. Also, the other thing is the wind's coming from the east-southeast. There's not much of a breeze, but a little bit of one. So having this sideways on will also keep the breeze out, and like I say, give me that lovely panoramic view. So we'll guy this tarp out, and we'll be good to go. Now most of you will know how to do this, but if you're not familiar making a tarp tent, there are couple of different ways you can do it. But guy out the two rear corners first, and these intermediary loops. So these two corners, and then just guy out these ones at the back here. It'll help to keep the wind from flapping the tarp. And then it's a case of bring these corners, pull the tarp taut, and then bring that corner loop or anchor point, one anchor point in, and then peg out from there. There we go. And the same the other side. So I've bought half a tennis ball with me and my walking pole, and use that the usual way to erect the tent. There we go. And also just found myself another stick, and just going to keep this front entrance open so I can watch the sun go down. And then if it is a bit chilly or too chilly, then I've got a smaller stick which I can use just to use a semi-closed configuration. So we'll finish this off. Well, there we are, we're all set up, and a cosy little pad ready for the night. Get some things out of the Bergen and make ourselves comfortable inside. Okay. Jumper, good job I bought that, because I think it's going to get chilly later. There's my food box, must have the food box, and there's my X-Firm sleep pad. So we'll get that inflated, put that in the back. And I've got a nice area over the back here, so I'll be able to lay sideways on and just look out at that stunning view. Yep, let's put the pad up. Well, there we are, all sorted out and ready to go. Come and have a little look in if you like, see what I've done. And I'm sure you'll agree that it's rather cosy. Splendid view. There we are, there's my little sleep system. Little knickknacks, and there's my Bergen, and you can see got enough headroom to sit up in. There's the tennis ball. Good little tip that. Mind you, this tarp is so tough it probably wouldn't go through. But there we are, I'm sure you'd agree. Very cosy. And this is the view from inside. That's you'll see that where we're looking now is where the sun sets as well. So looking forward to that. That's what I come down really. It's just to enjoy being here. So that's what I'm going to do now, is just sit back and enjoy being in this rather special place. Just take in the sights and the sounds. Oh, isn't that a stunning location? The sounds of the sea, beautiful, very peaceful. But it's just coming up. Well, it's actually just gone 5 o'clock. It's funny, isn't it? We live by the clock, but it's not the clock. It's my stomach actually. Haven't eaten in a while. It's telling me that it's time to do exactly that. So. Brought the stove with me this time. No fire, not up here anyway. It's a little bit of a sensitive area. I don't want to leave even digging a hole here really. It's not only that, I don't want the aggravation, to be honest, of doing it as well. So there's those two reasons. But a bit later on I'm going to head on down onto the stony beach and make myself a little campfire in those twilight hours, and that would be lovely. And just around the coast here as well, there's a lighthouse, St Catherine's Lighthouse, not far from here, several hundred yards that way. So it'd be nice to see that in the evening light as well. Beautiful location, very peaceful, away from it all. Lovely. Let's get something to eat then. You wouldn't believe it, I remember I mentioned earlier about the wind coming from the southeast, which is why I've pitched the tarp in this manner, facing this direction, and to see the sunset. But gradually I've noticed it's changed and veered around, so now it's blowing straight in to the tarp. Go figure, eh? But it should be a problem, because once that sun dips down toward the horizon, the wind normally drops off. The reason that is because we're by the sea. The land, there was no wind this morning, funnily enough. It was like a mill pond out on the sea. But of course what happens is the land heats up during the day with the sunshine on it, and it's been sunny all day virtually. Well, a little cloudy here and there, but it's been sunny all day, mainly. But as the land heats up, that's generating hot air, of course, and that hot air rises. Well, for that to rise, it's got to draw air in from somewhere, and that's exactly what it does, is it draws cooler air in off the sea. So you're getting this convection, and that's what causes this little onshore breeze. But as the land cools a little, that convection slows, and the breeze should stop or ease. So it should be okay later on. It's tolerable. It's not too bad, but that's what being in the great outdoors is all about, isn't it? Yeah. So I've got a nice little spot down there. Like I say, I've got the stove, got the billy can and that. We put these steaks on and have something to eat. So what I've done is I've just got some driftwood, bits of driftwood that I've washed in, and that's going to make a nice little wind shield otherwise gas will be blowing everywhere and won't heat up the food. So that's a nice little setup there. Yeah, if I duck down behind this piece of wood, it's really shielded. And I'm in a bit of a hollow here as well, so that helps as well. So the two together makes a good little cooking area, this. And what a place to cook and have dinner. Been meaning to come down to this little spot all season. I thought I must do it before the summer ends. Beautiful. There we are. I'm just putting my carrots and cauliflower on the boil. Those done first, and then I'll do the lamb steaks. Yeah. Just chop my red onion. I've got a nice red onion, which I'm going to finely chop. Sizzle that in the pan first. Good thing about chopping onions in the wind is it doesn't make your eyes water. There's one benefit of cooking and eating and preparing out of doors. Starving hungry. I think they're just about ready. Well, I'm just going to kick back and enjoy this lovely meal, this beautiful scene. So, be back shortly. There's the view from inside the tarp tent. That's the sun's just disappeared over the horizon. That's what a lovely view. Moments like these are always special. What a gorgeous view. Yeah. What a beautiful evening. The moon's out as well up there in the sky. Beautiful colours in the sky as well. Gorgeous place to be. So glad I did this. Like I said earlier, I've been meaning to do this all through the summer, but I'm so busy with one thing or another. So this is a real treat. Yeah, this really is a beautiful cove. It's one of those places on our smallish island that really is out of the way. You don't get too many people come this way. It's a little bit of a walk, a bit of a hike, but it's one of those quite out of the way places. And I don't mind a rocky shoreline. I'd rather have rocks and boulders than sand, because sand gets everywhere, doesn't it? But this really is lovely down here. Oh, plenty of seaweed about. Been washed in. It's very dry and hard though, crackly. So it's obviously been there a good while, dried out in the sun. Like I say, the tide's not coming up this far, so it's had a chance to dry out. Okay, got to be a little bit careful here. Here we are. Head on up to the tarp tent. Oh, a little bit sketchy along here. Let's say it's not that high. Ah, gorgeous. Like I say, we're not far from the lighthouse as well, so what I'll do is take you for a little walk along this cliff here toward the lighthouse, so you can see the beam and so forth. It's like, I love a lighthouse, really atmospheric. So we'll hike along the cliff and have a look. I don't know if you can see the red light in the distance there. That's the other end of the island. That's the other lighthouse, which isn't manned. That's the Needles lighthouse. So there we've got St Catherine's, which is the southerlymost point of the island, and the most westerly point, the Needles. It's not a massive island. Just head on up here now. And there we are. There's a lighthouse. I know it's only a lighthouse, but I just love lighthouses. Maybe you do too. I love the way the beam sweeps around. Reminds you of a bygone era. See it sweeping across the cliffs there as well. Have a closer look. Doesn't that look lovely? Do you know, I could sit and watch that all night. The beam of the lighthouse sweeping around, with the sound of the waves slapping the shore. Priceless. Oh well, it's time to head on back to the tarp tent. And maybe have a little something just to warm me up a little bit. It's got a little bit chilly. And here we are, home for the night again. We'll put our light on. Just put it on. I won't put it on full because we got the moon out, and that helps. Okay. Yes, it's nice ground to sleep on. It's nice and soft. But I've got quite a lot of room in this tarp. This, as I said earlier, this outhouse tarp is great as a tarp tent. It really is sturdy. There we are. You see what I mean? It's very very spacious. And like I say, because these heavy canvas, it doesn't flap about as much, and it seems to be warmer in there. I think because it holds the heat in. Plenty of room. Now, where's that thing that I was looking for? Ah, there it is. This is one that my wife bought me last year when we were up in Scotland. It's a genuine Harris tweed. Lovely hip flask. But no, while I'm, it's reminded me of something actually. I'd like to give a little shout out, a couple of little shout outs. First of all, I'd like to say hi to Tom at Kimbra Bushcraft. Hiya, Tom. Tom is the one that picked me as the winner of his competition, which was this tarp, this outhouse 3x3 tarp. Great tarp, Tom. Really pleased with it, and you were right. Yeah, they really are very robust. Last a lifetime. So thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. If you've not visited Tom's channel at Kimbra Bushcraft, does some lovely stuff, and he's got a great little camp set up as well in a forest that he has permission for. And he does some lovely carving and leather stuff. Yeah, he's got a nice channel. And yeah, so hi, Tom. Also, Wade at Woodswalker 1965. Now, I've just started reaching out to Wade. Great guy, Wade. Got a lovely channel over in Canada, and beautiful country. I've never been, but they've got camping opportunities everywhere, I should think. But he does some lovely stuff. Goes out in the woods, just enjoys it as we all do, and does a bit of carving, a bit of cooking. Got a great channel. So hi Wade and Karen as well. Hi to the both of you. And maybe we'll meet in a not too distant future. Yeah, so Woods Walker 1965, have a look at his channel. I'll put the links to both channels down below, and Tom at Kimber Bushcraft. He's over in Denmark, so there's a very cosmopolitan thing this, isn't it, Bushcraft? So anyway, I think I'm just going to kick back, enjoy the ambience of this beautiful evening, and then I think I'm going to retire for the night. In for a rough old night. You can hear the rain on the top. But so far so good, no water coming in. Well, morning guys, a bit of a different day today. And the wind's eased a little bit and the rain stopped for a bit. And it's pretty blowy out there, but it's not cold. But pretty grey. Different season really. I think summer went yesterday and winter's come today, it seems. But still lovely though. The tarp held up brilliantly. Really pleased with it. It really does make a good shelter. Very impressed. Felt quite warm in here as well, but I felt secure. Anyway, I think it's time for some breakfast. Bit of butter. Let's tomatoes in first. Let those cook for a bit. Now the eggs. Couple of eggs. There we go. It really is quite cosy in there, and there's plenty of room to cook as well. Like I say a moment ago, I haven't got to worry too much about cooking under here because it's going to be very difficult to burn and melt this canvas. It does feel a lot safer in here using a stove. Right, time for the beans. There we go, there's breakfast. Nice. Very refreshing in the morning. Well, it's blowing a hoolie and it's raining pretty heavy, so rain's actually coming in here. My Bergen's soaked, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to pack up quickly, get the tarp down as quick as, and bail pretty quick. So see you back at base camp. There we are, folks. Had to bail out pretty quick that time. The weather just came in pretty quick, and just after I got to the back to my vehicle, the skies really did open. So did that just in time. Well, look, folks, that's all for now, I'm afraid. But hopefully, I'll see you next time out. But until then, take care out there, and all being well, see you next time. Bye for now.